We tested out Gordon Ramsay's Christmas turkey recipe so you don't have to. Let's see if it's really as good as he says. We started out by making a compound butter, which Ramsay says is the key to keeping the turkey incredibly moist. Season very soft butter with salt and pepper, then add a little olive oil to keep the butter from burning. Now add the zest of 2 lemons plus their juice to give it a citrus zing, then throw in pureed garlic and chopped parsley. Give it all a good mix. Once the butter is done, set it aside while you prep your turkey. First, tuck the wings under the body just to get them out of the way, then turn the turkey upright and season the inside cavity with a decent amount of salt and pepper. Next, cut 2 onions in half and put them inside the cavity of the turkey. Then do the same with a lemon and a few bay leaves. These will steam inside the turkey while it bakes to infuse the meat with flavor. Now carefully use your fingers to separate the skin from the breast meat so the butter can be stuffed underneath it. Do this on both ends of the turkey, being very careful not to break the skin. Now you can add the butter. Form a handful of butter into a ball and gently slide it under the loose skin. Once it's all under the skin, use the edge of your hand on the outside of the skin to push it further towards the center. Flip the turkey around and do the same on the other side, then rub the rest of the butter on the outside of the skin. This will seriously help to keep the meat nice and juicy. Once you've thoroughly massaged the butter into the skin, transfer your turkey to a roasting pan. Drizzle the top with a little more olive oil to help the skin crisp up and also prevent the butter from burning. Bake in a 425-degree oven for 10 minutes. Ideally, your turkey should be more brown than ours. You'll see why that's important later. Baste the turkey with the juices from the bottom of the pan, then lay strips of smoked bacon over the breast. Put it back in the oven at 350 for about 2.5 hours, basting every so often. To test if it's cooked, Gordon suggests to stick a knife in the bottom of the thigh, and if the juices run clear, you know it's ready. The turkey needs to rest now for 2.5 hours, so use tongs on one end and a carving fork in the other to carefully transfer it to a clean tray. Now pour out all the fat and juices from the bottom of the roasting pan. If you have the space and a non-induction stovetop, place the pan directly on the stove and start heating it up to make your gravy. Meanwhile, remove the bacon from the breast and the onions, lemon, and bay leaves from the inside cavity of the turkey. You can see here why the browning was important earlier. Our turkey kind of looks like it got a bad tan. Once everything is removed, give it all a rough chop. No need to be too thorough here, it's all going to be strained later anyway. For this next part, we had to switch things up a bit since we only have an induction stove which wouldn't work with the roasting pan. Instead, we used a clean pot but added a little of the fat and juices from the turkey. Add the bacon, onions, and lemon to the pot and fry that off a bit. Next, add a couple sprigs of rosemary to add an aromatic punch, as Ramsay would say, then fry. Once you really start to smell the rosemary, add chopped tomatoes that not only add flavor but also help to thicken it. While that cooks, cut off the wings and tail of your turkey plus any bits that you don't plan on eating. Add these to the pot and stir everything together. Now pour in dry cider, which will add a subtle apple taste that really complements the flavor of the turkey. Allow the cider to reduce slightly, then pour in all the drippings that have accumulated under the turkey as it's been resting. Bring it up to a boil and allow the liquid to reduce by about half, then use a potato masher to crush the vegetables and turkey meat to make sure every little bit of flavor is released. Now add chicken stock and reduce again. Once it's thickened and reduced a bit, strain the gravy with a sieve, then use the ladle to push out all the liquid. You don't want to miss any of that flavor. Put in a fresh sprig of rosemary to infuse while you get the rest of your meal ready. When you're about to eat, add crushed walnuts to the bottom of your serving dish, then pour the hot gravy over top and serve. This recipe is definitely worth it. The turkey was juicy and the gravy was delicious. You should give it a try this holiday season. Subscribe to Dished for more holiday recipes.